we've looked at sitting balance, we've checked his strength. Let's see if he can put his socks on. Can you go ahead and put those on for me, Tim? Now, traditionally, if he is unable to do that because he falls forward, right, I'm not going to even try and have him do that because I'm too worried about him falling forward. But the harness is going to stop him. And I can decide whether to give more support, less support, depending on what he can do. And here's the beautiful thing about our differential diagnosis. If he's not able to put a sock on in sitting, if his balance in sitting is poor, I don't know whether his difficulty putting his socks on is because he cannot sequence, whether it's because he doesn't have the strength in his leg, whether it's because he has a sensory deficit and he doesn't know where his foot is, or a spatial deficit in terms of where his foot is in relation to his hand. Does he have fine motor and sock manipulation challenges? I can now really tease out what's going on with that patient. So go ahead, Tim, don't worry about this. I want you to try and keep your balance, but put your socks on. Okay, now he's not really, I'm checking to see, is he leaning on these straps? What do you guys think? Put a answer in the question mark. Is he independently putting his socks on, or is he min, mod, or max? How would you rate that? Please tell me you're still there, that you're still awake. All right, so he's put his socks on. We've done some lower body dressing. Let's see about putting on some pants. Same thing, right? So in this position, there's a lot of patients, just go ahead and try and put those on. A lot of patients that I would want to try and do this with in acute care, even in ICU, but we don't dare because we're worried about him falling. In this, I can give him more or less support so that he's safe. How much lifting am I doing? None. Is it pulling you back and you don't get that far? So this is something that takes some time to get used to. It's giving the patient enough freedom to do the task. All right, while Tim is working on that, now that Tim is at the edge of the bed, we're going to try and stand. And I've got the harness if I need it, but remember, I don't use it unless I need it. So Tim, I'm going to want you to, we're going to put these pants on, but we have to stand up to do that. We've already tested his strength in his legs. So go ahead and stand up. Now, if he is having difficulty, go ahead and sit down again. I may still be here. I'm not a hands-off therapist just because I'm using equipment. So go ahead, Tim, and come forward, come forward. I'm assessing here whether he's min, mod, or max, but I've got the lift to back me up. If he's min or if he's mod, I've done my evaluation as soon as I feel that. And then I've got that hand pendant, and I'm like, okay, I know what he is. I'm going to raise him up with the pendant here. I'm going to loosen this up a little bit. Go ahead and untie those and tie them back up again for me, Tim. His balance is good. He's independent. If he's losing balance here, go ahead and lose your balance. Oh, that didn't go so well. Can you fix it, Tim? Can you fix it? What happened? What happened? You fell. Can you try and do that without falling? He's safe. I can allow him to make the mistake. And that way, I still know it's not a problem with buttoning or tying his tie. His problem is balancing, right? Now, when it comes to balance up here, and this could be a level 2, 3, or 4 patient. It could even be some of your mobility level 1 patients. Even if his legs are weak, I can give him support here, right? I can even offload him a little. I could take him all the way up. His feet are all the way off the floor, right? He probably doesn't want to hang out there very long. But we can use this to train people to be partial weight bearing, to be toe touch weight bearing, to be non-weight bearing on that side. Little on the wide side, right? Tim, do you always stand like that? Are your feet wide? He's a typical patient. I don't know what I do. All right, I want to bring your feet closer together. Good. Hold it. Don't let me push you over. Don't let me push you over. I can actually really check his balance.